Hi, welcome back. We have our next guest, Dave Rauschkolb, owner of Bud and Alleys in Seaside, Florida. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you, Amy. Glad to be here. Always glad to be here.
Oh, and I feel bad for you having to work at this bad location.
Well, Amy, I've been pinching myself for 25 years. That's how long we've been here.
It is, yeah, you just celebrated your 25th anniversary, right?
I can't believe it, but it's just amazing. It's truly amazing. And, you know, to have the opportunity to be here in Seaside, and to me, I really believe this is truly the center of the universe. So I couldn't be happier being here, for sure.
Yeah, it is a beautiful location, wonderful restaurant. I eat here every chance I can. All right, tell me, I've always wanted to know, and I know, but for people that are watching, how did you come up with the name Bud and Alleys?
Bud and Alleys is named after a dog and a cat. It kind of personifies the casual, unpretentious nature of this little restaurant on the beach. Actually, it's become a big restaurant. Yeah. It's named after my landlord's dog, Bud, which was a dachshund, Robert Davis's dog. Robert is the developer of Seaside, Florida. It's become internationally famous for its urban design and architecture. And named after my ex-business partner's cat, Allie. Scott Witkowski was my business partner for 20 years, and we are and continue to be very dear friends. And it's been very fortunate that he's very happily moved on to fishing and surfing and golfing, and I'm still here doing all those things and running not only Bud and Alleys, but the Bud and Alleys Pizza Bar, a new restaurant I opened, authentic Naples-style restaurant, pizzeria, about 2 years ago, and right here, right on the beach. And then also the Bud and Alleys Taco Bar opened about 4 years ago.
And I'm happy to say I've eaten at both of those restaurants too, and they are absolutely delicious. I know that you recently got an award, and you probably wouldn't say this, so I'm going to drag it out of you, but it's a Heroes Award from the...
I believe they called it a Community Heroes Award from the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association. And the key to the city of Destin was presented to me by Mayor Sam Severs, and it was for my efforts with Hands Across the Sand.
And what is that?
Well, it's an organization that I created in response to the Florida legislature wanting to lift the ban on nearshore oil drilling right off our coast. That's 3 miles off our coast. And oddly enough, we had over 10,000 people join hands on the beaches of Florida 2 months before the Deepwater Horizon disaster. That's why I said oddly enough. It was kind of bizarre that we actually had an oil spill 2 months after the very thing that we protested. And then in June of that year, the movement went national and global. So the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association was wanting to recognize my efforts in that regard. And I was also happy to see that every Florida Chamber of Commerce in Northwest Florida passed resolutions against adding oil drilling to this beautiful view we have behind us. So being a business person, I certainly believe that we don't want that for Florida's coastline. But that, yeah, in addition to my restaurant endeavors, that's a big thing that I've been working on.
Good deal, and they listened, right? The legislature listened.
They did, yes. Thankfully, they did listen, and for now, they're not taking that up.
Good.
But yeah.
Good job. All right, Golden Spoon. Is that Florida Trend magazine?
Yes, Florida Trend magazine has given us the Golden Spoon Award for, I believe, 6 years running.
Wow.
And designating us as one of the top 20 restaurants in the state. I think they broadened that to the top 100 or something like that. But very proud of that achievement. It's a culinary benchmark, the most important culinary benchmark in Florida. So I'm very proud of my chef Dave Bishop and my manager Kirk Williams and our staff. I've got over 150 employees in all 3 restaurants, and you know, Bud and Alleys.
Big employer for the area, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yes.
What's your favorite dish here, or do you have just one?
My favorite dish, I have 2 actually. The Seaside shrimp, which is beautiful, wonderful Gulf head-on shrimp with cracked pepper and rosemary and fresh Dothan tomatoes.
You get the best tomatoes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Are they actually from Dothan?
Oh yeah. And we utilize regional growers and farmers as much as possible. We always get the freshest of seafood. We have the wonderful bounty of the Gulf of Mexico, and to be able to utilize fresh fresh vegetables and produce locally. That's the ticket. And then the other dish that I really love is the crab cakes. Our crab cakes are famous because they actually have crab meat in them. Huge lump crab meat and a very simple presentation, and you just can't eat one.
Yeah, I know that. Are you a good cook?
My wife would tell you that when I put my energy into it, I'm a very good cook. But my chef, Dave Bishop, takes care of those things. And my business partner was the chef, executive chef for 20 years. So I try to associate myself with
good cooks.
With great cooks, you know, and that's paid off over the years. There's no question about that.
I know Carol was giving me some recipes and that she cooks. She's a good cook,
My
right?
wife is an amazing cook, yeah.
And you have, as long as we're talking about the family, you have a baby daughter that just turned
She just turned 20 months old, and I just celebrated my 50th birthday, so she gets a grandfather and a father all rolled into one, but I'm just very, very happy and pleased to be a father. That's a big thing for sure in my life.
So what do you see for the restaurant? Any new different things coming up? Or?
Well, the newest thing is this roof deck that we're sitting on. The Bud
this
Alley's,
is expanded, right?
It has. The Bud Alley's roof deck has always become famous since 1994 as a gathering place for townspeople and tourists, you know, visitors and locals. Every night we have this amazing sunset celebration. There's an 1888 steam train bell that I bought in Kissimmee, Florida at a pawn shop, and it weighs about 200 pounds, and we ring it at sunset, and if you guess the cocktail the very second that the sun sets, you win a free cocktail. And for non-drinkers, you can get an iced tea or a Shirley Temple for the children, but that is such a big tradition here. And the expansion of this deck, which just happened about, I don't know, about 3 months ago, we now have the Bud Alley Sky Deck that lets you dine under the stars. We serve the full menu upstairs and downstairs. We have lots of beautiful air-conditioned areas, and we have the open-air gazebo right behind me as well. So, so all kinds of different options here for dining, and most of them are outdoors, which is a wonderful, wonderful experience to hear the Gulf sounds of the Gulf.
Right.
And to dance under the stars late at night. And also, you know, we do a lot of weddings here, Amy. A whole lot of them. Yeah, they get married in the gazebo, they step down to the herb garden, and it's the most beautiful wedding that you could ever imagine.
Do they come back to celebrate their anniversaries?
They do. I've had people meet here, get married here, and have their anniversary here, and that's no joke. It's happened many, many times.
Well, it's a wonderful place to do all three. Dave, thank you so much for having us out here. We really appreciate it, and we'll come back and talk to you.
Oh, it's a real pleasure, and I'm also very proud to be a part of the Destin Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Shane Moody, our CEO.